and welcome to another episode of the Eric B. Horn Pro Dev Experience. And today's topic is how it's not smart to be the smartest person in the room. Once again, how it's not smart to be the smartest person in the room. Um, for anyone that's familiar with the slogan, if you are the smartest person in the room, you need to find another room, which is very true. It's very catchy, it's very slick, but a lot of people really don't know the true essence of the reason why it's not smart to be the smartest person in the room. So, what I'm going to do is take a little time out to one, talk about the main reason why it's not smart to be the smartest person in the room, and two tangible things that you can start to do today to get yourself out that mindset of wanting to be the smartest person in the room. But a lot of people like the concept of being the smartest person in the room because it brings a lot of attention to them. And it also puts the person who is the smartest, that person is being needed in every area that they are smart in, which is a good feeling. Who doesn't want to be needed in both their personal and their professional life? However, when you get to the point where everyone is depending on you, everyone needs you for information or to make the critical decisions, it can get kind of drawn out. It can also get kind of stressful in a lot of instances. This is one of the main reasons why a true boss and a true leader, one of their main goals also is to build other leaders around them so then they can start to make critical decisions. They can give difference of opinions and things of that nature because always being the one being the decision maker and always being the one that people depend on, it can get draining. As an example, for me, in my business, is getting to the point where I need other smart people around me. I don't want to always be the one that's making the smart decisions, and to even go in even deeper into it, it's gotten to a point where without me seeking out some sort of advice or counsel or whatever have you, I've made a couple of critical mistakes the last year when it came to my business. And if I reached out to other individuals who were smarter in my particular business, I may have not made those mistakes. So the biggest lesson for me is to start to further surround myself around other individuals who are smarter than me. And for me, I'm very humble, and it's not an ego thing. If you are smarter than me in a particular area, I want you around me. Now, a couple of years prior, I didn't because I needed to be the smartest person, and I needed to be the one that had all the answers and people that they depend on. But in this day and age, for me to truly grow as a professional and as on a personal side, I have to have people who are more experienced and who are smarter than me in that particular area. That doesn't demote me in any way, shape, or form. It just I had to come to the realization that there are people that are smarter than me in my business and everything that I do. So instead of me going against the grain and straying away from these individuals, I started to draw these individuals a lot closer so I can, learn and grow. And grow is a great segue into the main reason why people need to leave the room if they are the smartest person. Because if you're the smartest person, you're never going to learn anything new. You're never going to learn anything that will help you grow as an individual. And if you're not growing, you're dying, right? And anyone that's listening to this podcast, I want to make sure that they are growing in every facet of their lives every single day. And you can, because you're going to always come across people who are more experienced, who have more knowledge in what you're doing. And in this day and age, it's all about sharing information. What information do you have to share with someone else that can make you a better individual? But if you aren't learning from other people and growing, you're putting yourself in a position to have your career, your business, or whatever have you at a holding pattern. And that's one of the worst things that being in a holding pattern is worse than going backwards, because going backwards, you know what you need to do to move forward again. But if you're steady in that holding pattern, what are you doing to take that next step, that next level of advancement? So I highly recommend anyone that's listening to this podcast, if you are currently in a situation or you're in a group of individuals or a certain community where you are the smartest individual, you need to find other individuals who are more, more talented, a lot more smarter, that you can learn and grow. And let me just say this as a disclaimer. When I say leave the room, I'm not saying necessarily leave the other individuals that you are currently leading. I'm not saying that. But if you are constantly pouring into other people's cup and pouring into other people's lives, eventually you're going to get empty. And when you are empty, you are not only good to the people that you are leading or pouring into, but you're no good to yourself. So while you are still, you know, in that room from time to time and helping people out, you got to make sure that you get into other rooms that help, fill you up and pour into you. So next, what I wanted to do is transition to two tangible things that you can start doing today to start getting yourself in those rooms. The first one is you want to develop a always learning mindset. I say this again because if you aren't learning, you're not growing, and if you're not growing, you're dying. So go in with an open mind to not be intimidated by someone who is smarter than you and knows more than you, but go in with a mindset that you want to learn from them. You want to learn, you want to grow, because you become smarter when you are around smarter individuals. You become faster when you are around faster individuals. You become even more hungrier when you're around hungry individuals. It's just being around your overall environment. So putting yourself in the mindset that you always want to learn helps eases that overall, maybe a little bit of insecurity where you wouldn't want other smarter people around you, because I will keep saying this over and over and over again. If you are not growing, you are dying, and that's the last thing you would want to do. And then not physically, but maybe even mentally, maybe even spiritually, maybe even relationship wise. There are people in this world that are better than you or more experienced than you in what you're doing. So why not be around them and learn as much as possible? Then the second piece is be comfortable with the people who are better than you. Be comfortable with that. Once again, this is a ego piece where people deem to be the smartest person because it fuels their self-confidence and it fuels their pride. And once they're around individuals who are better than them, they feel a little bit intimidated. But be comfortable with that. As you get better, the only way you're going to get better is if you have other people that are around you that are doing better in all facets of their lives. So be comfortable around them. They're not around them to destroy you or belittle you or make you feel that you are less of a person. But if someone chooses for you to be around them and they're better than you in a particular space, welcome that. Be comfortable with that. Ask questions. Grow as an individual, because doing that will only up level you as an individual. So I want to make this a short podcast, but once again, the main reason why it is not smart for you to be the smartest person in a room, because it stops your overall growth and it stops your overall development. So while you are in the process of getting into other rooms of individuals who are smarter than you always want to have that learning mindset, so you are open-minded and learning more about that person and learning more about what they know, but then also being comfortable with the people who are better than you will help you with your overall journey. So, if you had any other questions, comments, concerns based off of this episode, feel free to email me at info@ericbhorn.com. Once again, that is info@ericbhorn.com. And once again, for the people in the back, that is info@ericbhorn.com. Thank you guys for your time, and see you next time.